Well, after a week off and this thing called the Sim Gaming Expo, we are back, and it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. I am Gary Gottsell. Welcome to P1's coverage of our signature presentation of Round 1, Week 1 of Season 4 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split coming to you from our first of 3 crown jewels this season. We're at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. As always, joining me in the booth for season-long coverage is going to be Justin Petschauer and Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Gentlemen, good to have you back after the break, and we are back at it. We go from a 2-mile oval to wrap up the season back to a 2-mile oval to kick off the season. Not only that, it's a crown jewel.
Yeah, and it's one of the best tracks around that unfortunately was taken away from us, and I will never forgive NASCAR/ISC for that, but it's back to Fontana, California on the Auto Club Speedway, 2 miles around. The surface is old as dirt. It is bumpy, it is slick, and from what I've heard, within like the first 30 or so laps, the field gets spread out, so it starts out as a pack race at first, but then it spreads out. You still get some good racing here and there, but that's what we love about Fontana.
Luis, what are you thinking here, man? You like this racetrack?
I like it. It's much better than actually I like the condition. I better prefer day race than the night race. I know night race is for IndyCar, always IndyCar. Night race is much better than the regulars, but this condition is the best because we're gonna see a pack race, and this is the sometimes kill when the people practice and make they want to be on the front, but it's gonna be a good race also today. Yesterday I told you I was a 48 something strength of field, but today is over the 5K, so that's a really good start for the season for us.
Yeah, that is a really good strength of field at 5. Anytime we're over 5K, but we are at a 53.85 tonight. So thanks for everybody that's showing up into the lineup. And every single one of these names, if you are a regular viewer of the Tuesday Night Top Split, you will know every single one of these names. And we'll talk about them as we start lining up. And with that, let's get into tonight's starting lineup here from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana for 70 laps. Take it away, JP.
Well, on the pole, as is tradition, it is Adriano Pinero. Next to him, Tanner Richards on the outside there. Starting third, it'll be Ty Quilla, and starting fourth, it'll be the King, Robert Malechka. I had money on him taking the pole, but unfortunately, Adriano Pinero decided to break that bet. So you sarcastically owe me money there, Adriano. Fifth, it'll be Kyle Clintworth. Sixth, it'll be Casey Pobolones. Seventh, it'll be Trey Shadid. Eighth, Jason Brophy. Ninth, the Oster himself, Jacob Oster, and rounding out the top 10, it'll be Brian Campbell. 11th, it's good friend of the show, Mark Murphy. I wonder if he's still saying to himself, "Yeah, I don't got a good car." Yeah, we'll see him at the front near the end. He's old. But he'll be up at the front in no time, I guarantee. 12th, it'll be Adriano Proporti. 13th, it'll be Seb Alexander. 14th, Indy Kirkenbacher. 15th, it is Logan Edwards. 16th, it is Tony Bizzarro. 17th, Matt Hollabaugh. 18th, the boss man, Antonio Estrada. 19th, it is Matthew Ponto. 20th, Matt Taylor. 21st, another good friend of the show, Nicholas Sadiq. 22nd, hopefully he'll be able to stop some attempted passes on him tonight. It is Caleb Brashear. And rounding out the field in the 23rd and final position with no time whatsoever, it is Phil Kraus. That is your 23-car field here from Fontana, California in the Auto Club Speedway.
Borti started in reversal, went to the back, almost hit the Indy and the lineup.
I know someone that's happened to before. I know someone has done that before.
I've heard of making sure the reverse gear works, but that's that's.
I know exactly who that's happened to before, and it's happened to someone in this race before, and I'm not saying anything else.
Matt Hollabaugh coming over the radio and saying, "Good luck, driver," and Mark Murphy just saying, "I don't want to have fun."
And if you notice, Adriano Pinero in a new livery.
That I did not know.
Huh.
Yes,
that's pretty good.
He has been picked up by Rogue Racing. And here we go, green flag in the air for 70 laps here at Auto Club.
Oh, a bit of a stack up already as they get ready to go past the start-finish line here to start 70 laps here around Fontana, California, and already a number of guys that are trying to see where they can essentially go to the field already on the start, but it's early on, and we'll see what happens as the race goes through as they come down the back straightaway, clean out of turns 1 and 2 down the back stretch before they get to turn 3.
Rogue Racing teammates at the point, Quilla and Pinero. Tanner Richards, he's in third, Clindy fourth. We're coming to the completion of first lap at speed, and it is Quilla and Pinero.
Already we see one car on the bottom there going into turn 1. That is Robert Malechka. He's playing it safe. He's going to fall to the back.
Oh, 4 wide. Kirkenbauer up top, the prodigy. He had to roll out of it as they were 4 wide going through the corner.
4 wide, but no harm, no foul as they go through turn 4 here, coming down towards the front straightaway already. A number of cars that are getting single file with a couple side-by-side battles here and there. You'll see these guys get into that the snake line, as we call it, where they stay up on the high side and run the preferred line around the speedway here.
We just picked up Malechka. He went all the way to the back. All the way to the back.
Smart.
Very
What a way,
strategy.
70 laps. Yeah.
Yes, normally this is 60. Normally this is 60, so we're doing 10 more than normal. That's 140 miles.
Oh, somebody getting up a little bit in the gray area. That was Jacob Oster. He's lost a ton of ground. I think he's probably tried to do the same strategy that Robert Malechka is doing, but he can't go anywhere.
He can't come off the power because he has PK all over the back of him.
But now he's going to be able to try and get to the back there, but now he's got the boss man, Antonio Estrada, right behind him with Seb Alexander to his inside. He is going to slot in behind Phil Kraus there. Oh, a couple of missed calls there with Tony Pizarro and Antonio Estrada as they came into turn 3 there. Already, so far so good. We see some great racing here at Fontana.
219.8 in the fastest lap now.
Oh, somebody bounced up the wall there right behind Nicholas Sadiq. That was Matt Hollabaugh. He's definitely got a little bit of damage. That's going to hurt his straightaway speed. It should not affect his cornering speed, but down the straightaways, it's going to feel like he has a boat anchor attached to the rear of that car. And right in front of him.
Sorry, I want to ask a question to Lewis here. 3 wide right in front of him. Lewis, back in 21st position. Rick Rayvon or Matthew Ponto?
Oh, you're right. Look like same. Yeah, it's Ponto for sure. But yeah, it could be, or maybe Rick Mears.
Yeah, or Rick Mears. Oster's going to the back with Malechka. Oster is now in the back with Malechka. Also back there is Taylor. Ponto in the back as well. Hollenball bouncing off the wall. He is also in the back, but up front continues to be the battle between the Rogue Racing teammates. Go ahead. Where are you seeing battles?
No, I see the Matthew Ponto's livery now from Rare Chase, and yeah, you're right. I didn't pay attention to that detail. It's just on the back, and it looked like almost the same.
And
Brian Campbell got a little bit loose coming off of turn 4 there.
Oh,
I think
3
he might have
wide.
clipped the apron.
3 wide. Campbell down low. Yeah. And there's Brophy on by. Fraporti, the mailman, is up to 7th. Your biggest gainer right now is Fraporti, up 5 spots. Kirkenbauer, the Prodigy, up 5 spots. Phil Krause, PK, now up 11.
Like I said, PK picking and choosing his way through the field, as is tradition with him. He knows how to get around this place. Some people would doubt him, but we've seen how he runs before. Oh, Brophy clipped the aprons just a little bit, coming off of turn 4 there. He loses a ton of ground, and he's going to lose at least maybe 3 positions, and he's going to slide in behind Brian Campbell, but he also has Logan Edwards behind him as they go through 1 and 2.
Down the backstretch. Watch how bumpy this backstretch is. You see these cars darting around, and that's not necessarily from turning the wheel. That's kind of bouncing over the undulations on the backstretch. It is not a perfectly flat racetrack, and these cars will bounce all over it. If you have force feedback in your wheel, especially a strong force feedback wheel, your arms are going to hurt after a 500-mile race. Thankfully, not the case today. We're 1/7 of the way through this race, 10 laps in. Only 140 laps here at the D-shaped oval that formerly used to be in Fontana. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also, don't forget to send a donation to your commentary team. Once again, doing this for free for the community. And you can donate via our GoFundMe link or send us super chats as well. Doing it for free yet again for another season here of iRacing action on the IndyCar Oval Series Round 1. Of Season 4 of 2025. I can't believe we're already in Season 4.
Yeah, the year's blown by fast, let's just say that. But come December, we'll be in Season 1 of 2026, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a certain street circuit that a lot of us have been begging for well over a decade to come to the sim.
Well, it's because the NASCAR trucks are there. It's not for any other reason.
Nah.
And right now we kind of have a bit of a lockout with the Rogue Racing guys up front. Oh, yeah, that was real close there with Clindy. But we did have a 3-way at the front with the Rogue Racing guys. It's Pinero, Quilla, and Clindy now as they're trying to pull away from the group. But right now, Richards and Fraporti are not working with one another.
I'm seeing a huge stack up here. I mean, there's a ton of... We got a gaggle of cars almost under one huge blanket as they come past the start-finish line here. We got a number of battles where they're side-by-side, sometimes sometimes 3 wide. Correction, not 2 wide. Majority of the time we see them 2 wide, but every now and then we'll see them go 3 wide, and once in a blue moon, 4 wide. And on the extremely rare occasion, maybe even 5 wide. The track is big enough to do that.
Yeah, it is. Especially in these corners and on the straightaway. It is Quilla, Pinero, Clindy, the Rogue Racing trio up front. Then we got Tanner Richards, Fraporti, Trey Shadid, Casey Povolonis. Met him at the Sim Gaming Expo. Good guy. Good to see him there. Brophy, Indy, Kirkenbauer, the Prodigy. PK now up to 10th. PK got interviewed by TK. PK won the race at Chicagoland and got interviewed by Tony Kanaan for the win. Right behind him is Logan Edwards. Logan Edwards' teammate, Caleb Brashear, won the Gomez Sim Industries Open Wheel Invitational over the weekend. So he has now a championship to his name. And into the inside of him is Nick Sudik. Finished on the podium last season for the IndyCar Oval Series, side by side with Seb Alexander. Seb was looking at a possible win last night in the vote of Indy Oval Series. That went to Clindy instead, who edged out Antonio Estrada by 2/2000ths of a second.
It was close.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was a great race at Legacy, Texas.
Old Texas is better than New Texas.
I don't think you're going to have a single argument from any one of us here.
Just like original Phoenix is better than New Phoenix.
That is you know what? On that note, Ari Leindyke asked on his Twitter feed or his X feed, what version of Phoenix do you like? What do you prefer? And even though he does like a majority of his comments, which is fine because he's interacting with the fans, I put down that I prefer the old Phoenix and I call it the proper Phoenix. And I got a like from him. So I know he likes most of his stuff anyways, but it's still good to get a like from a 2-time Indy 500 winner.
Yeah, same here. I pretty much said, give me the OG Phoenix any day. Now, while we were talking about that, Trey Shadid, who was behind Jason Brophy, got a little bit of oversteer as he was coming off of turn 2. He's going to lose that position to Casey Popolonis, but Trey Shadid is going, oh, great. I got him behind me now. And by I got him behind me now, I'm talking about PK himself, Phil Kraus. And with PK, he's trying to get that move done going down the back straightaway, but he hits that brick wall of air, if you will, trying to get that run to go by Trey Shadid. But every chance he gets, even in the corner of 3 and 4, it's not working to his advantage. He's going to have to slot back in like he is right now and try and get that momentum built back up to try and get around Trey Shadid, as Shadid still runs that middle groove there, but also Casey Popolonis is up almost essentially in the marbles up on the high side.
Popolonis being very patient right now, hanging out in the 7th spot, kind of right where he started. But look just behind him. And he's going to see this view right here. And that pink car, that is PK. And one of the more difficult things at the Sim Gaming Expo when I was calling the action, I knew a lot of the drivers, but the thing is, I know the drivers and I know their liveries, and they were all in generic Gomez Sim Industries Sim Gaming Expo liveries. And so a lot of times you had to kind of memorize very quickly. Whoa! Right there as we saw some action against the wall coming off of 4.
That was Logan Edwards. He's going to lose a ton of ground now, and here comes the boss man, Antonio Estrada. He will go by down below on the bottom of turns 1 and 2, but it's not going to be enough because here comes Logan Edwards to the high side. He will get back by Antonio Estrada as they go down the back straightaway, and almost contact there. 3-1 between Seb Alexander and Tony Pizarro, and I believe that was also Nick Sudik that was also involved in that.
Seb had to take massive evasive action there.
In the words of James Hunt, that was big balls.
Meanwhile, back up front, it is Pinero, it is Quilla, it is Clendy. And joining them now is Tanner Richards and Brophy. Here comes Ty Quilla to the inside.
Matt Hollaba with the most factual statement when it comes to IndyCar racing on an oval, especially here. The apron is lava. Yes, it is. None more true statement there.
Apron bad. We actually got to use that. Told Tony, I said, hey, we have a saying on the channel. We say apron bad. He goes, he says, that is well put.
Very well put. Now, we were talking about Matt Hollaba. Here he comes. He's trying to get by Caleb Brashear, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to. He's slotting back in right behind Caleb Brashear, but that's going to. He almost got rear-ended by Matt Taylor as he was trying to slot back up.
The track temperature now is 131.
Look at that temperature! Wow, 131.
Yeah. I don't know how it went from 2 laps to now went 21 and now 31. So I don't know, in 2 or 5 laps maybe. But it's huge.
Well, this is the Inland Empire, and it is about 12:50 p.m. in Sim. So yeah.
Oh, makes sense. Oh yeah.
Oh, a couple of good, at least one good side-by-side battle. That's Kirkenbacher right there. Oh, we got a 3 wide attempt here. It is going to be Matt Taylor on the inside of Caleb Brashear. He's going to go by Caleb Brashear and, well, he was going to try and go by Caleb Brashear and Indy Kirkenbacher, but he slots right back in behind Kirkenbacher. He loses just a tad bit of momentum, but he'll be able to get it back now as they go up towards turn number 1. Other than that, we got some amazing battles around, basically around this entire track throughout the field. We got three wide, 2 wide. Bonsai moves to stall out.
Hollenbaugh going to the back. Oh, and we're missing a wing. We are missing a wing with Hollenbaugh. Something happened. We had contact a little bit further on back in the field.
Take off there. I think Matt Taylor went high. And then Brashear confused about the incident. Then Oster.
How do we not get caution out of this?
Oh my God, it's jump.
I'm sorry?
Wow, Oster up in the air. We need to go back and watch this full speed.
It is not yellow because they are last in the last, so it's not coming nobody on the back. Maybe just only 2 cars on the back. That's why.
And I think it's also because they went down to the apron on the backstretch there, and it didn't count as a caution. But that, in reality, that should have been a caution. But wow, the air time for Oster.
And it looks like Hollenbaugh coming to pit road, but we are still green flag, but we are now down 3 cars in the lineup. 20 cars remaining, 23 took the green flag. And we're looking at the front. It is Aquila, Pinero, now Clindy still third. The top 3 really have remained unchanged. But here comes Brophy to the inside of Clindy. He is looking for that position as we are almost just shy of the halfway point.
I've heard of angle of attack when it comes to fighter jets, but that was a little overboard there by Jacob Oster.
So that's gonna kind of play against Malechka. Malechka kind of works with him an awful lot, and now he's gonna have to kind of work that alone unless he can start teaming up to get up to PK and get up to Brophy. But that's gonna really hurt Malechka. Now, what might save Malechka here is if we do get green flag pit stops. He is the master of that.
That I can confirm. Having run against him so many times in the IIS, if you think you're going to try and outsmart Robert Malechka when it comes to green flag pit stops, you might as well just lose your bet because it's not going to work.
Hey, between the start of the first race here in 1996 and the last race here in 2015 for Indy cars, there have been 14 races here at Auto Club Speedway between kart and IndyCar. 10 races were 500 milers. This is the site of the world closed course speed record set by Jill DeFerrin. The only official lap in IndyCar history turned at over 240 miles per hour was turned here. Also, the fastest 400-mile race in IndyCar history was also set here by Sam Hornish in 2003. The all-time wins leaders here at Fontana: Sam Hornish, Jimmy Vasser, Adrian Fernandez with 2, and Adrian Fernandez is notable because he is the only driver to win in kart and in the Indy Racing League. The last 3 times we came here, week 11, round 11 of season 2 of 2025, a 54-71 strength of field. Oster over Malechka. We won't be seeing that today. Season 1 of 2025, round 2, week 2 with a 48-22 strength of field, a special Friday holiday race. Ryan Campbell over Jesper Orman by 16th thousandths of a second. And season 3 of 2024, round 9, week 9 with a 44-98 strength of field. Kraus over Oster by 0.2 of a second. Those are the last 3 visits for the Oval Series here at Fontana.
Oh, Sadiq's got a problem. Sadiq has a problem. I think he clipped the wall coming off a turn 2.
Yeah, he might be struggling right now. Do we go back and take a look at that, see what happens? Oh, I don't think he hit it, but I think he gave himself a moment where he had the lift.
Yeah, he did.
He's in pit now.
Let's watch it again at full speed here.
I thought he got the wall, but he got up in the marbles and you got all that tire clag.
Oh,
and
look at every car in front of him, every lane, aero wash. Oh, he had to roll out of it all the way down to third gear. So much momentum, 3 spots. We're at the halfway point here at Auto Club. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you'll miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. And as announced today, P1 is going to be one of the primetime homes for the PRI Hoosier 500. And today at the 500, sponsored by Oil and Gas Safety Supply, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500 in December. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 is going to be right here. So the countdown is on. Pucker up and don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we will see you in December. And as announced, as we see Tyquilla coming to pit road for a scheduled stop, it will be myself and Arjuna Gekapati. We will be calling the action with a driver expert to be named later for the PRI Hoosier 500, and it's my honor to finally get a chance to work with the mighty Arjuna.
And I'm just going to hedge a bet on who that driver expert is.
I don't know who it is. I've heard some names, but I don't know who it is.
I'm going to hedge a bet, and I'm going to say Connor Daly.
That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool if we got an actual racer in there. That would be awesome. The problem is with having a racer in the lineup, and we saw this when I was working with TK at the Chicago Land Race that is on the Sim Gaming Expo Twitter feed for their Saturday coverage. The race was kind of boring because it kind of started looking like this. It was not a pack race. It was hot temperatures, so this field kind of strung out. And I think Pinero coming to pit row this for his scheduled stop as well.
Yep.
Also coming with him is Tanner Richards. But it turned into an interview, really. How Tony raced there and how the cars were different, and would the IR18 go back there and race there again, and all sorts of that type of stuff. And it was really, really cool for me because, of course, how I love history, and we talked about the 10 previous IndyCar races there. And while we're talking about this, there's action on the screen behind us going on. So it's really hard when you have an actual bona fide IndyCar driver. Oh, and Tanner Richards missed his marks. That sometimes you want to ask him questions that kind of turn the whole thing into an interview. Bill Kraus now peeks ahead of Clindy as we are waiting for the next round of the current round of pit stops. Remember, these cars have 3 sets of tires they can use. One, they're going to start with 1 on the car and then 2 in the pits. And Clindy and Kraus have really pulled themselves out to about a 2-second lead over the remainder of the field, which is Povolonis and Murphy. Povolonis all by himself. Murph coming to pit road. We got Seb Alexander, so 2 IAR cars, and also one of the Alliance members, Brian Campbell, on pit road. Trey Shadid, also on pit road. Logan Edwards on pit road.
Now.
Go ahead.
Krause is coming now. And Clindy also too.
Yeah, everybody's coming to pit road now.
Clindy!
Wow.
Yo!
And Maleska stay out. Yeah.
Malechka has to be in map 5 or 6 for fuel safe.
No
strategy.
kidding. He's at lap 42. Here he comes.
Oh, no, never mind.
Here he
I
comes.
was about to say.
Oh, locks it up a little bit, but he gets to the cones on the limiter. And we'll ride with him down pit road. And he gets to his stall and hits the marks spot on. His right front is looking a little rough. You're going to see that change to a smooth texture when he gets new tires on. He's down and away. So there, we are getting some pretty good tire wear out there.
I don't know if it's JP didn't realize, but Adriano Pinheiro is 2 seconds
ahead, ahead of Clindy, yes.
Yeah. So I think it's time for all these guys try to catch him and don't fight. For sure they're gonna do it. It's just the best way.
Well, we look behind him, and we'll look out his gearbox here. Those are the cars fighting immediately behind him. And so we have Clindy leading that group with Quilla and Brophy. So, well, let's talk about what a team might want to do. Do Quilla and Clindy want to run down Pinheiro? Or do they maybe want to run and be the wingman for Pinheiro and let Pinheiro run away and get the win in his first start with the team?
I said it's free for all here.
Free for all?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a teammate or no. Who's crossed the line first is the winner. So basically, well, 1, 2, 3, and the team could be the best, but for sure, all these 3 dead in one turn is gonna be a disaster. So I think it's whatever is coming first is best for the team.
And somebody's engine just grenaded on pit road.
Oh, that might have been Hollenball. I don't know. Well, wait a minute. What do we got on pit road? We got Oster, Caleb, and Sadiq is still running, so it might have been Hollenball there. Hollenball in the satellite racing entry, but there we see Adriano Pinheiro. Clindy second. Brophy trying to work with Clindy. Tanner Richards up in that group right there. Mark Murphy will be that group here very soon. That's going to be another one of the Alliance members. Rogue and IAR are part of the same cooperative. Raporti having himself a good race for the mailman in P7. Casey Povolonis hanging out in the top 10 all race long for Casey. He's currently 8th. Brian Campbell. Denying rumors. No, I'm just giving a hard time. I saw a rumor today that Logan Sargent apparently is going to be on the Dale Coyne team.
Oh boy!
No, Brian did not say anything, but we know it's not. We know it's 100% a rumor. But in that battle right there, there's Robert Malechka. Remember, with that fuel save, he was in the back of the pack. He is now in 10th spot. But the problem is, he is well behind the leader. They need a caution or something to come out.
Yeah, they're trying to swap draft here, but it is not working at all.
There's Seb Alexander.
I thought Logan is gonna retire on racing or something like that. I think it's him.
He's gonna retire in racing?
I don't know. Something I hear after the Formula One, he tried to do many things over there, and he decided to, no, you know what, I don't want it. And then he got called for IMSA team. So I think it is racing in IMSA in some of this prototype stuff, but I don't know. It's whatever.
They don't call it silly season for nothing. Speaking of IndyCar, we had the schedule drop today, boys, and let's just say, even though it's the new Phoenix, if you will, I'm actually looking forward to going back to Phoenix after 8 years next year.
Well, they did race. I think the track was already reconfigured, but they haven't. They didn't move the start-finish line yet when they were there last.
Yep, 2018.
And so that means they were on the newer banking too, as well. So they should be a lot faster. than they were when they were there last. And when they were there last, they did not have the aero screen. Although the aero screen has been tested there. In a very early version of the aero screen was tested there.
Yeah, when it was a big old solid piece of plexiglass.
Yes. It's got Dixon and Graham Rahal, I thought, were part of that.
Scott Dixon was.
Oh, for Porty!
Hey!
Whoa!
Oh no. Oh my god, okay. Nice.
That could have been worse. But with that little schmozzle there, here comes the king, Robert Malechka, on the inside of Adriano Fabordi as they go into turn number 1. He's now side by side with Phil Krause. He's going to lose that momentum. He's going to try and slot back in, and he will, going down the backstretch before they get to turn 3.
Back up front. We got a shot and change for the lead. Clindy has caught Pinero and has made the pass. Here's Brophy. Brophy's right with him. We are less than 20 to go here at Auto Club. Gentlemen, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to give the commentary jinx, so please find a piece of wood next to your desk somewhere and knock on it. We have not had a caution. We should have had a caution, but we have not had a caution.
But that word should have. But also to end the topic of the discussion about the first attempted aero screen, let's just say it's a good thing that they didn't go to that one that Scott Dixon was testing, mainly because the glare from inside the cockpit was too much.
Yeah, and that center support actually is pretty important, to be honest.
Yeah, combination flip-flop, as we call it in Formula 1, with the aero screen itself, and it actually works.
Here's Pizarro, Logan Edwards, and Antonio Estrada. This is 15th, 16th, and 17th. They're all running together. Here's the updated weather as the track temp has come down, Lewis. It is 129 now, but it's still hot.
Yeah, it's still hot, actually. It is hot, and I think it's not going to be like a 3-wide, 2 rows with 3 wides in the end of the race, because the track is super hot to do that. But let's see, it's still spray everyone. It's hard to catch the car on the front, and you can figure it out with Phil Krause trying to make the pass on Quilla, and it's taking time. It's taking time because it's too hot the track to make a pass, and also it's a danger zone for lose the car in one of the turns.
Getting down to crunch time here as they go into turn number 3. Whoa, I could have sworn I saw Klenberg get a little bit of oversteer as he was making the move underneath Adriano Pinero going into turn 3. That might have just been a trick of the eye on my end, and another engine goes boom on pit road. It almost reminds me of the mosquito abatement race 25 years ago.
Report on the wall. Yep, hit the wall. We have a battle with Seb Alexander. Almost hit touch in turn 1, and he decided to hit the wall and left pass by 2 cars.
Take a look at Seb Alexander here, as he seems to be okay right now, but losing touch with those cars in front of him. He does have Brian Campbell behind him, which is a cooperative teammate of his.
Oh, contact down the back straightaway. Quenworth gets into Tanner Richards. They somehow make it through without wrecking off the turn 2.
Let's check this out. Okay, so this is why right here we go 3 wide into the corner. And I think what happens is Brophy starts to slide up. Now Clindy's going to get the dirty air. And a huge slide job for Tanner. And Povolonis took a big time evasive action. I think he was expecting to catch. He expected a crash that he caught right in front of him. Tanner Richards is not very happy. Caution, caution, caution. Povolonis, he might have had damage, I don't know, but Povolonis in the wall.
It's out. Oh no, I have a contact with Phil Kraus. Oh, but net code. Oof.
Oh no!
But I think he lost the car.
Oh, and it's with Kraus.
There.
Oh, Kraus is done, and yes, Povolonis is going to be done, and that was a lot of netcode.
But before he lost the car in turn 2, and he hit the wall. And then he come in turn 3, the incident.
And Povolonis lost it. Yeah, we saw that down the backstretch. Yeah.
Netcode give us.
And take it away. Yeah. So, okay, guys, what do you do with 10 to go? Track position or go in for those last set of tires? Somebody's coming in for those last set of tires. Somebody's coming in. And look who's in 6th spot. Look who's in 6th spot.
Yeah, I know. I stay. If I Adriano, I stay. Oh no, I don't know. Hard decision there. Man.
Oh, that was almost a Ryan Briscoe-like wreck for Povolonis.
Everyone's coming. Nice. But somebody who has to stay.
They are... I need to bring them by...
Edwards, stay.
They are 22 laps into the stint, so yeah, I think this is not a bad move. I think this is not a bad move at all.
Indy, stay. But
Logan Edwards.
29.
Logan Edwards stays out. He's going for track position. The prodigy, Indy Kirkenbauer, he is going to be up to 2nd now. And so now we're going to have a big run off of pit road, and it is Pinero beating out Brophy. We have a 3-way battle coming off of pit road as Malechka gains a position. Tanner Richards comes out ahead as well. Malechka, Clindy, Murphy, Ty Quilla back in 9th. Seb Alexander in 10th. And Brian Campbell in 11th. So the Rogue Alliance guys have now started to creep into the top 10 all throughout the top 10. But we got Mansky Racing up front right now with Logan Edwards. Well, Votive Racing, we got Indy Kirkenbauer. Then we have Rogue Racing with Adriano Pinero. We have Power Slide with Jason Brophy. Independent with Tanner Richards. Power Slide with Robert Malechka. And then we have part of the Rogue Alliance there. We got Clindy, Murphy, Quilla, Alexander, and Campbell.
I know we have one more pace. Can I mention something? I already see it in Sim Gaming Expo Discord, and they show the total people came on to the expo. It's 1966 people, so almost. And they say here it's like 44 state plus Puerto Rico people in the 3 days came. So that's a lot of people came on the Sim Gaming Expo.
Wow.
Almost 2K.
That's good. That is some good numbers. That is some really good numbers. I hope that it worked out very well for George. I haven't seen the numbers, but I will tell you that every day.
It just posted.
Just posted. Every day there was just lots of people there, and a lot of these drivers were there. Clindy was there. Mark Murphy was there. Brian Campbell was there. Let's see, who else was there? Casey Povolonis was there. Phil Kraus was there. Caleb Brashear was there. So a lot of these guys in this lineup made the trip. I hope they enjoyed themselves. But we are going to go green, I believe, next time by. And that is going to give the lead to Logan Edwards. Indy Kirkenbauer. Now, these guys are on, Edwards is on 22-lap-old tires. Kirkenbauer is on 30-lap-old tires. Everyone else behind him on new rubber. Here we go. Pace car is off. Edwards is not going to waste any time. Green flag is out. And we're going to sprint to the end here. 16 miles to go at Auto Club Speedway. Tanner Richards isn't going to wait. He's going to the outside of Malechka.
Already a good shot going on the back stretch.
Malechka goes up the racetrack and a big pass by Tanner Richards to the inside and a full head of steam. Here comes Pinero to the inside. We go 3 wide through 3 and 4, and Pinero back to the point.
But guys, don't look now. Jason Brophy's building that momentum. He's going to try and follow Logan Edwards. No, he stays in the middle, right behind Indy Kirkenbauer, but Brophy is under fire from Tanner Richards as they go off into turn 1.
Pinero, Edwards, Kirkenbauer, Brophy, Richards, your top 5, and they go right up to the wall. Tanner Richards goes up to the wall. He follows Indy Kirkenbauer right up to the precipice there. They stay off the hard stuff. 3 wide going into the corners. Malechka tried to thread the needle up the middle. Just enough room, but here we go. Clindy also very interested right now.
Look at this right behind. Look at this.
Clindy rocket move. Look at that.
Oh, he's trying, but like I said,
Brophy goes to the bottom and gives Clindy dirty air.
Yeah, but that's also going to work in Brophy's favor because he's got a huge run on Adriano Pinero as they go into turns 3 and 4 now, side by side right behind Jason Brophy. Brophy is there. He is on the rear wing of Adriano Pinero. He goes to the inside. New leader this time by. It's going to be Jason Brophy.
Look at who's coming over there. It is Malechka in there.
Matt Taylor a little bit further on back. Purple lap 220.6 contact, and that is the race.
No.
And I think that's going to end the race right there. And I think Pinero is going to get the win.
Yes, sir. Oh no. And Malechka already said in the radio the moment he hit him, my mistake. So sorry.
Up and to the side. And that is, I'm going to say, a very rare mistake by Robert Malechka. You do not see that very often. He was going for the win. And I believe that's going to be the race. I believe that is going to be the race.
So Pinero make the pass in turn 1. Wow.
The defending Indy Oval Series champion, Adriano Pinero, currently the points leader in the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series over in the Elite Racing League, is going to start his defense of his title from last season with a win here and one of the crown jewels. And if there's one guy that could win the Triple Crown here, it's definitely this guy. Remember, he won from 33rd spot at the Elite Racing League's Pocono race. There was 39 cars, but he started 33rd. In the history of IndyCar racing, I looked this up just to be sure, there has never been a winner from 33rd starting spot ever on any racetrack in any race any year ever. So he has managed to do something that not a real IndyCar driver has ever managed to do. And in the history of IndyCar racing, only one man has ever won the Triple Crown. That's Al Unser Sr. back in 1978. He won in Ontario, Indianapolis, and Pocono. So can Pinero now get the wins later this season at Indianapolis? And where are we at on the other track? I think it's Pocono that is going to make up the
iRacing Superspeedway.
Is it iRacing Super Speedway? It's well, I have the schedule.
Yeah, no, it's a Pocono.
I have the schedule in the description. Let's see here. It is Fontana, Pocono in week 9. So Fontana, then Indianapolis week 6, Pocono week 9. But I went ahead and threw championship weekend, got a crown there too, because who knows what can happen at the iRacing Super Speedway doubleheader in week 12. That's going to be the race as the field is now rolling under the pace car power speed here. It will be the top 3, should be Pinero, Brophy, and Richards. Lindy's going to finish 4th, Murph in 5th. Lewis, who is your driver of the race?
Oh my God. Oh, but to Andy, 8 spots. He survived, actually, to be honest. Hard to survive with 36 laps in the same tire, to be honest. He did a good job, but it could be given to Edwards, but Edwards have an incident with Maleska, but because Edwards have a best to stay on from, but Andy is the driver of the day.
As a white flag is out here at Auto Club Speedway. Next week, we go to... Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this, Justin? Are you ready? Are you going to race next week? Are you going to race next week?
If the setup is good.
If you are looking at if you're looking at the schedule, and you notice what we have for week 2, it is Darlington. Now, IndyCar has actually raced at Darlington, but nowhere near the modern era. The last time they raced at Darlington was back in the 50s with the Roadsters. But we are going to Darlington for the first time since 2023. And just for clarification, that is, I got to go back and find, Lewis and I were looking this up earlier today. The last time was season 3, week 2 of 2023. So 2023, season 3, week 2. That's what I meant. So it has been a while that has showed up, but it has showed up on the, this is one of those calendars and schedules that has a weird combination of races. Later this year, we're going to be at Rockingham. So I don't know when's the end of time you've seen an IndyCar schedule that has Darlington and Rockingham on it, but here you go. But coming off of Rockingham later this year, yeah, week 7, the Rock. But coming off the corner 4, here comes Adriano Pinero coming to the checkered flag under caution for the win. Brophy 2nd, Tanner Richards in 3rd. But guys, don't miss next week, a rare treat. This will be our first ever IndyCar broadcast, my first ever IndyCar broadcast at Darlington. I totally expect our cameras not to work right because they'll probably be too slow and too close. But next week, we will be at Darlington with the IndyCars. Maybe we get a lot of in-car shots. I don't know.
Kind of weird schedule we have with after Texas, Richmond Raceway. After that, Rockingham, you said, Las Vegas, Pocono, Phoenix, the old one, the Legacy. So it's kind of like a really tough season now.
If you think this is weird, just wait till next year because we got discussions that we're going to be going to a track that hasn't been seen since 2023 in Indy Oval Fixed.
Are you talking about Wilkesboro? Do I have to broadcast a race at IndyCar race at Wilkesboro? Come on.
Wait,
believe it or not, it's actually a good set, a good track.
All right, here we go. Pinero with the win. Brophy 2nd. Tanner Richardson 3rd. Clindy 4th. Murph in 5th. Kirkenbauer, the prodigy, makes it up to 6th. Ty Quilla 7th. Seb Alexander 8th. Brian Campbell 9th. And for Porty, the mailman delivers in 10th. We got Matt Taylor, Trey Shadid, Antonio Estrada, Nick Sudik, Pizarro. That's your top 15. Ponto in the Mears livery comes home 16th. Edwards 17th. Malechka 18th. Casey Povolonis 19th. Bill Krause 20th. Matt Harbaugh there in 21st. Jacob Oster 22nd. Caleb Brashear is 23rd. And that is your 23-car field here. And I think I don't know what we're going to have for interviews. Hopefully we get some.
somebody put the Senna music in the... Well, they start to use that music just when Senna win the race, but then start to use it for every single sport Brazil get over for something.
All right. Get into the interview room, see who'd like to speak with us. Sometimes Tanner shows up, sometimes he doesn't. And I don't see him, but if he does show up, we will bring him up next. Hey, later tonight, guys, don't forget, we are showing the inaugural season of the IndyCar, Indy NXT Oval Series. That's coming up here in about a little less than 45 minutes at the top. Actually, it starts in about 10 minutes, actually. 9:30. Jacob Collins will be on the call for that. So check that out. We'll try to get everyone out of here. If not, just go to the next live thing on the station and on the channel, and you'll go right to it. But let's bring Jason Brophy up here. Jason, for the most part, it was a pretty clean race there towards the end. Unfortunately, a badly timed yellow came out right as Pinero passed you for the lead.
Yeah, I didn't get the notification. I joined the chat. Yeah, the it's bad timing, the caution, but of course it's my teammate that caused it. So, I mean, it's probably better this way, to be honest. So, yeah, I had no idea how that was going to play out. I think third place could get there, and if Rob got through, maybe we could have held. But you could make a run even as the fourth car when we were, there were three of us. I think with Pinero and Kyle working together, it was tough to find what lane I was going to make it into, but I could, make an attack, four cars. It's pretty good racing in that sense. Obviously dirty air's bad. The track's so hot. Glad we had the setup change. Glad iRacing, found the bug and fixed the setup for this race. Made it a lot better. I think it made it a lot more raceable, made it so people could move. Still tough, still spreads out, still had to save tire, and I did not do a good job of that in the first run, but a lot of fun. And wish the caution wouldn't have come out, but in the end, I think Pinero did a pretty good job, so he probably deserved that one.
What do you think of the longer race? Normally this is about 60 laps at this race. This time it's 70. What do you think about the longer race? Did that develop any strategy changes for you guys, or it's just the Fontana stay in the draft?
Probably had a caution at the end of what would have been the previous race, so
yeah,
I think I was in second then, so it didn't really change much in that regard. Yeah, I don't know how much the caution piece of it mattered, or the extra length. I think it narrows up the pit window a bit, right? We only had like 4 or 5 laps of pit stops there. Maybe I think Ty had gone early, but it kind of screws over the leader a bit just because he split it. He probably could have gone a little bit longer, but especially with it being so hot, the tire difference does matter. Like, we all pit for tires except 2 people. The tires matter. I mean, I was down to shoot 73% or something when I pit for that at lap 60, 10 to go. I wouldn't have wanted to not have tires there. So it's just, I don't know how much it adds. It took us, maybe we could have made the next race. This was a real clean one. So, there's a consideration there. It's interesting, but I'd be more interested in a 2-stop. That's why I like longer races. I do a lot better in longer races where I have a chance to settle in.
Me too.
And,
yeah.
But the other side of that is that's not really what fixed this has been, especially with the move to an hour. So we'll see. I don't know if it'll stick around. I think this one's more of a mistake than anything that we just didn't correct, because it was interesting. Real hot, real fun though. Glad, again, iRacing, figured out the bug, and they got a hot patch for the setup, hot fix, I should say. Patched in a new setup for the series tonight. This was a lot better than what it was yesterday. So felt like I could do more with the car. I could follow someone to the top and not die if they were up there too. I had a chance to do things. So fun racing overall. Good clean race out of getting teamed up by, I saw Pinero's joined Rogue, it looks like, so that was three Rogue cars there at one point, and I realized that's not good. My teammates decided to start out back, and we didn't really get there in time to have that fight, and but thankfully I was able to filter my way through and have a shot at it if it gone green. So happy with how I drove.
All right.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yep.
You ready for next week, Brophy? Almost like old times back in our stock car days. shall we say?
I don't even know where we are next week. So
Darlington.
We're going to Darlington.
we'll see on that one. I'm not sure I'll be racing. I raced Auto Club because this was fun. Because they updated the set. We'll see how much racing I do. I'm probably taking a step back. Just bought a new computer though, so we'll see. But this is I'm getting into my adjustment phase. So things still aren't 100% right, but boy, everything's a lot clear now.
What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? As a tech guy,
just a pre-built. So nice one. So I just bought something off CyberPower. I built my own PC before. My sausage fingers don't like doing it. So
did you get a 50 series NVIDIA, or did you go with AMD?
Yeah, 50 series. No,
okay.
AMD processor, 50 series NVIDIA.
There you go. That's
AMD,
that's the
my
combo.
understanding with the iRacing is not great. The AMD graphics card. So
yeah,
but yeah, no, I so still adjusting, finding getting my stuff set up, and oh shoot, and then going through the UI change. It's been an interesting time.
Oh yes,
with the,
yes,
because I couldn't really carry things over.
Now, one more. I do have one more question though. With the schedule that came out for the real life IndyCar series, which race are you looking forward to the most? Are you looking forward to go back to Phoenix after?
I'll be in attendance at Phoenix, so I will be at Phoenix.
I'm just gonna say this. There's a very small chance that I may go to the Phoenix race. Very small chance. If it is, hey, I'll get you a beer.
I don't drink. That's you can get
a Coke or Pepsi
beer if he's there. So give Rob a beer. He might be there. So although after tonight, I think he owes me a root beer because he ended the race before it ended.
All right.
Anyway.
Before we let you go, shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anybody real quick that you want to say hi to? I think you're going to be the only interview, so that's why we're kind of going along with you.
Oh, got it. Ty Stover, Tommy Milner, who gave me the opportunity to run for this team. Hopefully the Pro Series comes back. iRacing this week, especially just for helping fix this setup, making this a lot more entertaining race, because it would have been just a track position race. I think if it had been the stuff from yesterday, whoever qualified out front. My teammates Rob, Phil. Granted, maybe not the most helpful tonight, but who else? You guys for broadcast, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So that's why showed up tonight. If there wasn't a broadcast, decent chance I don't. So thank you for you guys doing this, even though I did a test last night. But yeah, thanks for putting this on, obviously. And then I'm forgetting people. There's a bunch of people, but
you'll be back. You'll be back.
Now, when you drop the Tommy Milner name, is that the one that I'm thinking of from Corvette Racing back in the day, or is that somebody else?
Back in the day, he still races Corvette. Yes, that is our team owner. That is yeah. He's who owns Team Hype with Ty Stover, so who used to work for EA as a sports agent, marketing rep, or anyway. So he used to be the sports. Oh shoot, my brain's the athlete representative for EA Sports. So, but he changed jobs last year sometime. So.
All right, Jason. Thanks a lot,
Tommy. That's why we go to Daytona every year, kind of as a.
Oh well, that is a nice little bonus perk. That is definitely a nice little bonus perk. All right, we'll let you go, sir. So you can tweak that new PC of yours. Congratulations, and we'll catch you at the next one, whatever that might be.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And I see a message from LGN here, so that normally means we have an interview from Adriano, and here he is. Hello, friends. Good evening. First, I want to congratulate Jason and Tanner on the podium. Regarding the race, I started on the pole, was able to swap with Ty for most of the stint. I had a great pit stop, but I think I could have done a little better. But I was sure the pack would catch up to me anyway. With 10 laps to go, we got the first yellow flag, and the correct strategy was to change tires. And I was able to make a good restart, swap positions with Jason a few times, and was lucky enough to have the yellow flag come out when I was in front. Well, I am happy with the win for my debut with Rogue Racing. I'd like to thank all the members of Rogue Racing, Indy Alliance Racing, and Satellite Racing who welcomed me so warmly, especially Kyle, who's been a great brother. Have a great night, everyone. And that is Adriano Pinero. And we'll give you his stat line for tonight. And did any of this surprise you at all, Lewis? We see Adriano almost on a weekly basis, especially in the Elite Racing League. Does this surprise you at all?
No, it's not surprised. He have a good strategy. Even when he came to the pit out and went for 2 seconds on the front, but It's easy to actually. It's easy when you have people to understand the track and the track position and the gap between each other. And that's Clendy and Brofin also too did very well. So it's no surprise. I don't want to say Auto Club or Michigan or all these super speedway is just whatever is cross the line first is have a good finish the race. Today was a very difficult track with the high temperature on the track, so it was really tough, even for the guy we didn't expect to have a Greg like happened with Logan Edwards. So with Valesca, I said. So it was tough for everyone. I already see Trecha did waving around, tried to put the car straight for 2 laps, and well, Jacob Opter went out, Matt Halliwell also too. So it really tough. It was tough, and that's the must to be because I think you have this track with low temperature. It's gonna be just back race, enjoy for us, but not for the people racing inside. So, anyways, see you Thursday on ERN from Road America, and see you next week in Darlington for Fixed Series.
JP, any final thoughts from you real quick, especially going to Darlington next week?
Well, like you said, the last time for us on iRacing was, I think you said it was what, 2023?
3, yep.
So at that time, I didn't get a chance to go spectator, even like log laps and race conditions. So I'm going into this unknown, but knowing that we'll actually be able to trace the lineage back in real life to the early 50s with IndyCar racing when AAA ran there, because at that time, USAC wasn't really a thought.
Right, yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'm actually looking forward to it. If the setup is good, then yeah, hopefully you'll see I can make it into the top split. Quote that word, hopefully, because I know it's probably not one of the most popular tracks for IndyCar with Darlington because of how you have to run the track. You almost have to go into a road racing mentality,
right?
Much like you do with the stock cars, where you're racing the track more than your fellow competitors. Now, if you go into that race with the opposite mentality, where you race everybody else instead of the track, then to quote that line from that skier in South Park, if you try and race the other drivers around you more than the track, you're going to have a bad time. Yeah, that's a little spit on that, but I'm looking forward to it, much like I'm looking forward to season 1 of 2026 for Indy Oval Fixed, as well as the 2026 iRacing IndyCar Series season. That there are some things that are like, it's understandable. I'm still irked that we don't get to go to Mexico City, but when you have a global football event that is the World Cup, you are pretty much at the mercy of that. There is nothing else you can do. Hopefully in 27 we can go to Mexico City, but at least we're going back to Phoenix. The doubleheader at Milwaukee, I'm actually looking forward to, amongst other things. But 300 laps, 400 miles under the lights at Nashville after the World Cup, after one of the World Cup matches for us here, that's going to be insane. We're gonna have to really put in a ton of testing miles, not just at Phoenix, but also at Nashville, because that's gonna be brutal, but it's gonna be fun. Hopefully.
Go ahead and finish up. There you go. All right, I'll get on out of here because we got Jacob Collins is now starting his coverage of the Indy NXT first ever Oval Series race at Iowa. So you can check that out on our channel. It should just be going live now. But let's get on out of here and give everyone back their Tuesday night here. And maybe you want to go watch some Indy NXT. Do that right now. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Fontana. Adriano Pinero getting the win to back up his championship last season and first win with a new team. Brophy second, Tanner Richards in third. Join us again next week for round 2, week 2 of season 4, 2025 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split as the teams and drivers head to the track too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway. Yes, you heard me right. Darlington Raceway coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time for a truly rare event here on iRacing. IndyCars at Darlington. That is 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy, require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. And we thank you for watching and making us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week when we show up here on iRacing. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below to let us know your thought of tonight's race, and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, most importantly, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night. We will be doing the Horizon IndyCar Series. They will be at Pocono. Start time is at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on P1. Don't miss it. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: SimWrap Market, your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources. From clean base liveries to pro-level design assets, SimWrap Market is everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit SimWrap Market. Download, customize, race. Track cans for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cans. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can follow all of our social links. We're on Linktree. Check them out in the description. So for Justin Petshower, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying no. Good night, and thanks for watching. To all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at the track too tough to tame, Darlington, for the next race up, the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Good night, everybody.